Good morning, beautiful people. I hope you're having a great day and jumping in with today's live video. And I really want to have a quick chat about something that can keep us really, really stuck. If you're an emotional creature like myself, perhaps you're quite sensitive or quite sensitive to other people's energies, but you tend to be a highly emotional person where you feel things deeply, then this will be so super relevant for you simply because I am that person as well. And so it can be really challenging when we feel things on a really, really deep level and you feel impacted in life on a deep level by different experiences or by your feelings. And a lot of the time when we don't take action towards our dreams or when we don't show up in a way that feels really good for us, it's often because of how we're actually feeling, and we're really letting our feelings get in the way of taking action and moving forward or creating the dream life that you're wanting to create. So whether that's financially, whether that's in a relationship. Good morning, Bev, great to have you on here. Please say hi if you just jumped on. Whether that's in your health, perhaps if you're feeling exhausted or feeling like you can't do it, like all of these things. But one of the greatest things that actually halts us and keeps us really stuck, and when I say really stuck, experiencing or looping in a particular emotion. So that might be if you're feeling angry, or if you're feeling frustrated, or if you're perhaps feeling a sense of sadness, then the reason why we often get stuck is because you are judging yourself for feeling that way. And it is particularly difficult when we're judging ourselves, when we're criticizing ourselves, when we are berating ourselves. Now we are not only feeling the emotion of what we've been feeling, but now we're also invalidating that emotion, which has got some really good guidance and some good messages in there. It's letting us know something's off in our life or something's not okay, or we're focused on something that we don't want to create. But now you've also placed another layer of judgment. And often it's the layer of judgment that I shouldn't be feeling this way, that I need to fix or change this, or I need to fix or change myself, or here I go again, or I'm no good at this. Where now this becomes like a big looping cycle that we can get really, really stuck in. And I don't know about you guys, I certainly have felt angry for feeling angry. It's just, oh my God, I'm so angry. Why can't I stop this feeling? And it's because there was the judgment around the anger. Now, one of the fastest ways to start to shift and change this is to have compassion for yourself in the moment. This is literally if a child was standing there in front of you and crying, would you be yelling at them, telling them that they need to change? And occasionally, we might have done that because of our own projection or our own rules about how we feel about that particular emotion. If a child's particularly angry, perhaps, or they've got something else going on that you're particularly triggered by because you've been shamed or you've been judged in the past from experiencing that particular emotion, or even for experiencing any emotion, then we project that onto others around us. But again, if there was a crying baby in front of you, are you going to yell and scream at the baby, or are you going to take care of it and notice what is the baby trying to tell you by the messages, by the emotion? Because this, in truth, is the most important thing. And often, when a baby is upset, you're not judging the baby, you're not calling the baby a bad baby, you're not making it wrong, you're not invalidating it, saying you shouldn't be crying right now, all of those things. And honestly, that is the energy that we need to bring to ourselves. Self-love, which I've been talking a lot about recently, and in truth, it really is one of my greatest missions as a human, was realizing my own level of self-love, where I didn't even know how to love myself up until really the age of about 32. So it's really only been the last 10, 11 years that I've actually known how to do that. And the more that we can step back into loving ourselves and having absolute compassion for ourselves around our feelings, now you can self-soothe, now you can self-regulate, and in truth, being able to master your emotions, not to fix or change them, but to understand them and to not judge yourself for having them, but to really get the deeper messages. That is the core work that I do in really helping people free themselves, because at the end of the day, majority of people that I know, anything that you want in life is because you believe that it's going to make you happier or it's going to have you feel a particular way. And I say, why wait? You get to feel that way immediately. You get to shift and change. You get to step into that and have that feeling, have that experience now. And by doing that, you also now magnetize yourself to also have all the external stuff that you're wanting to shift and change as well. So the biggest piece out of all of this is, where are you judging yourself? Where do you berate yourself or criticize yourself for your feelings? Because when you do that, now you've not only got like the feeling, but now you've got another aspect of you judging that part, and now you're in resistance. That's why it's exhausting. That's why we can get so tired from our own mind looping with these different thoughts and feelings as well. So really, really important stuff, guys. Hey, Beck, great to have you on here. So if any of you are feeling exhausted, feeling depleted, tired, any of those things, please jump in. I'm going to put my free Facebook group here, my community, which is my Thrive group. It really is about thriving in life, really creating emotional mastery for yourself. But we also talk a lot about adrenal burnout, adrenal fatigue. It is one of my other missions to really revolutionize mental health and emotional health for people, because I think that there is a huge gap with everything to do with mental health, in really not understanding how, when you're physically burnt out, when you're adrenally burnt out, when the body's not functioning well, how that drives greater negativity within ourselves, simply because the ego survival mind is in absolute guardianship. It is trying to protect and defend, because it doesn't have the energy to do what you're trying to ask it to do in a day, and that creates and generates a lot of fatigue, a lot of exhaustion, a lot of negativity. And in truth, it is so difficult when you are in the thick of adrenal burnout or complete exhaustion. It is really, really difficult to have self-love, have compassion. Often there's feelings of numbness, there's feelings of complete loss or apathy, or just like numbness is the biggest thing that I think a lot of people experience, where it's just like, meh, like nothing matters. Everything matters, but nothing matters in that moment. So it's a really, really difficult energy to be in. And it's difficult to kind of know what to do with that. And, it broke my heart, literally, when I was in the thick of adrenal burnout for myself, to go to the doctors. They ran some standard blood tests. They're, being told, no, there's nothing wrong with you. Physically, like, you're totally fine. But thankfully, I'd done some further investigation for myself. I'd done some other functional testing. And I knew that my cortisol, my estrogen, my progesterone, my testosterone were all bottomed out. They were certainly not at normal levels. They were well below. And I think this is a big gap that gets missed in the mental health part, because that was literally what the doctor said to me. If you're still exhausted, all your bloods are fine, you're totally fine physically, it must be a mental health issue. And honestly, when we get your body functioning properly, it really, really changes the whole game, and it really makes such a difference. Absolutely. Hey Michelle, hey Kylie, great to have you guys on here. Absolutely, like, it really, really can be a perpetual cycle, where when we're negative, when we're in that state, or perhaps we've got some limiting beliefs or thoughts we've told, or an old narrative or story about who we believe that we are that is no longer serving us, that doesn't come from compassion or love. Now we're creating and draining our own life force energy that way as well, and often that can really deplete the adrenals quite quickly as well. So all of these things are all heavily, heavily interlinked, guys, and it's so important to have the right approach to really support your system moving forward, to have the energy, to have the joy, to have the happiness, and to be able to really have the energy and the life force energy to put behind what it is that you want to create as well. So if this has been helpful for you, or you know somebody that perhaps this might really be able to touch and make a difference, I am truly, truly on a mission to revolutionize mental health, particularly for women, because I think that there is such a gap, like I said, and to really understand what's going on. Often when we're in that state, it is a really, really painful state to be in. I've been through burnout 3 times as a single mum, and as a kind of, A-type achiever that likes to really walk a very fine line. Had loads of sensitivities and food stuff and everything else, which has depleted my adrenals over the years. So, I've done a truckload of my own internal research for myself, but also for my clients, and really what makes the biggest differences as well. So if that's you, if that resonates, please jump over to my group, or please just reach out and send me a PM if you really resonate with that as well. So loads of love. Have a fantastic day. Thank you for tuning in. And as always, if this has helped you in any way, shape or form, please like, love, share, comment, spread the love. Let's all, join together to really make a difference, particularly in this area. How, women and mums are creating the generational future. So, what we're stressed about, we're passing that on, even in utero. If we're stressed, our children are actually being born with bigger adrenal glands and a bigger back lobe, literally, as a survival mechanism. So, this is impacting not only on a mental and emotional level with our kids and how they're being raised, but certainly on a very physical adaptation level as well. So it's really, really critical, really important that we support the generations moving forward, and that we start to heal all of these complexes of overgiving, resentment, burnout, exhaustion, in a really, really big way as well. Hey Tash, great to have you on, darling. Have an amazing day, guys. Loads of love to you. Bye for now.